This is Channel 25 WVTT Olean. Now, from the Twin Tiers' biggest broadcast news operation, this is the 6 o'clock report with Jeff Androlonis and Alexa Olson. Listen on News Radio 96.7 WVTT or watch on News Channel 25 WVTT television. WVTT proudly presents the 6 o'clock report.
Good evening, I'm Alexa Olson.
And I'm Jeff Androlonis. Good evening. The big story tonight on the 6 o'clock report. He stands accused of murdering the school superintendent in Clymer in Chautauqua County. Anthony Taglianetti of Virginia was in court earlier today. Our Ashley Masala was there as well. She joins us live now in the WVTT digital newsroom with more. Ashley, what did you learn today?
That's right, Jeff. The courtroom was somber when a shackled Anthony Taglianetti was brought in before the judge. One of the victim's family members looked at the teen boy next to him and said, "It's sad that someone so young has to witness this evil." Anthony Taglianetti pleaded not guilty at his preliminary hearing earlier this morning in Chautauqua County Court. He is being charged with second-degree murder for the shooting of Keith Reed Jr. back in September. Chautauqua County Judge John Ward set bail at $2.5 million cash or $5 million property bond. The Chautauqua County District Attorney, David Foley, said Taglianetti is a flight risk.
Following the alleged commission of the crime, he fled New York State. We put out a national be on the lookout for alert for him at that time. This is back in September. Took us several days to locate him. He was not located at his residence in Virginia. He was located camping out near the George Washington National Forest.
Because of this, Foley asked for a higher bail, but Chautauqua County Public Defender Nathaniel Barone disagreed.
We expected the bail to be substantial. Did I expect it to be that much? Not really.
Barone also disagreed with Foley about Taglianetti being a flight risk.
What I took exception to was the fact that the district attorney characterized my client as being on the run. This early on, or even to characterize it at that, is not correct. Mr. Taglianetti was not on the run.
Police officials say Taglianetti believed Reed was having an affair with his wife while the two were separated. Barone said Taglianetti was looking forward to getting back to New York to address the charges brought against him. He reminded everyone that his client is innocent until proven guilty.
At this point, Mr. Taglianetti has only been charged with a crime. He's been indicted, but I think what is most important is that everyone needs to remember that he's entitled to a presumption of innocence.
Taglianetti will reappear in court on January 28th. Live from the WVTT Digital Newsroom, I'm Ashley Masala. Back to you, Jeff.
Ashley, thanks for traveling over to Chautauqua County earlier today. I also want to stress that Anthony Taglianetti's lawyer says Taglianetti has maintained his innocence throughout the investigation. Alexa?
Well, Jeff, moving now to the repercussions of Friday's school shooting in Connecticut. As the gun control debate continues to heat up, Congressman Tom Reed weighed in. Reed says he sends his sincere condolences to the family who lost their loved ones in Newtown, Connecticut on Friday. But he says the conversation about the tragedy should extend past gun control and should focus on the person behind the gun. Reed says, quote, "The reaction to such an emotional event causes many to turn the need to restrict our right, guaranteed by the Second Amendment, but stresses that we need to do so in a way driven by debate." He says once one right is eroded, it becomes easier to take others away.
Meanwhile, President Barack Obama says he's going to focus on gun control. The president announced at a news conference earlier today that Vice President Joe Biden will be taking the lead on gun control and mental health issues. He says he hopes Congress will have a, quote, concrete set of proposals by January.
Over these past 5 days, a discussion has reemerged as to what we might do not only to deter mass shootings in the future, but to reduce the epidemic of gun violence that plagues this country every single day. And it's encouraging that people of all different backgrounds and beliefs and political persuasions have been willing to challenge some old assumptions and change long-standing positions. That conversation has to continue, but this time the words need to lead to action.
The Southern Tioga School District says they have received veiled threats on social media websites like Facebook. District officials have released a statement that says police are, quote, thoroughly investigating the matter, and the school district is preparing to enter lockdown if necessary. The district does say they have no actionable information at this time.
Dick's Sporting Goods has decided to remove the type of gun used in the Newtown shootings from their shelves. Dick's Sporting Goods says it's still selling some semi-automatic rifles, but it took down their assault rifles. One such rifle, the Bushmaster .223 caliber, was going for $800 last week.
The last 2012 Olean Common Council meeting happened last night. Council members reflected on accomplishments throughout the year. Nate Smith of Ward 6 offered his sentiments of gratitude for an outgoing alderman, Tina Camry. Camry left council with an encouragement to continue to cut spending and lower taxes.
Meanwhile, in Bradford, City Council met last night. They've passed a budget for next year, a balanced budget. It happened last night. Bradford Mayor Tom Reel pointed out that no council members received raises for their work. The mayor also indicated that he receives $5,000 a year salary, not $50,000, as he had heard from someone yesterday.
One of Jamestown's top 10 most wanted is now in custody after a standoff this morning. Police say 48-year-old David Olson was hiding in the woods behind his home. They found him a little before noon this morning. Olson was wanted on a felony second-degree assault charge. He is in Chautauqua County Jail without bail tonight.
Probation has been revoked for an Emporium man charged with escaping from the McKean County Jail back in 2007. 28-year-old David Chapman stood before a judge yesterday, was formally arraigned, his probation formally revoked in front of Cameron County Judge Richard Mason. Chapman is facing child rape charges in 2 different cases. He's pleaded not guilty to those charges. Chapman escaped from incarceration at the McKean County Jail in Smethport back in 2007 while he was on work detail. He remained on the lam for 5 years.
State police say 31-year-old Trevor Pitts has been arrested for aggravated harassment in the second degree in Jamestown. An investigation revealed that he had been threatening a victim over the phone and through text messages. Pitts has been arraigned in the City of Jamestown court and released.
Sewer rates in Bradford are going up. The new 2013 budget put out by the Bradford Sanitary Authority increases sewer rates by $1 a month.
Officials in Rollout say a water leak causing a $70,000 gallons a day to be lost has been identified and repaired. The leak was discovered along the Railroad Avenue, and officials say the repairs began early this morning, so water pressure may still be low today.
A home in Potter County is completely destroyed by fire. The Potter County home of Greg and Darla Brendlinger in Allegheny Township. The home is a total loss. The Brendlingers and their dog made it out of the home alive and uninjured.
The Bradford United Way has announced their new executive director. Mandy Wilton Davis is back to work in the community organizer, and this time at the helm. She previously worked for the United Way from 2004 through 2010.
As the end of the year approaches, so does the fiscal cliff. U.S. Senator Charles Schumer says there is time yet for an agreement.
The Speaker suspended negotiations with the President earlier this week. My understanding is the two sides haven't spoken since Monday. I don't think anybody should get too dispirited, however. It always looks darkest before the dawn. I still think a grand bargain is more like than not before the end of the year.
And still to come on WVTT, our first look at weather. Also straight ahead, more funerals today in Newtown, Connecticut, and our Wall Street wrap-up. Still to come here on the 6 o'clock report on News Channel 25 WVTT.